Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to TTV News with some last events in our province, and here are our stories today. Ladies and gentlemen, on April the 15th, the Youth Month Review Conference of 2021 was held with the attendance of the standing Vice Chairman of Provincial People's Committee, Ninh Ninh, head of the Steering Committee for the implementation of the Youth Development Program of the Ninh Province.
In the Youth Month this year, there are many activities to support for young people to start business, to start up a career, such as non-interest capital support, awarding livestock breeds, training in entrepreneurship knowledge, transferring science and technology, with a total value of over 1.3 billion Vietnam dong. Many activities to care for young people, such as building and giving houses to love, giving free playgrounds, and awarding scholarships to children as well as the peoples. The Youth Month of 2021 brought a total economic value of 6.4 billion Vietnam dong, and with the participation of nearly 12,000 union members and youth. Praising the results that the province youth had achieved, the standing Vice Chairman of Provincial People's Committee, Ninh Ninh, head of Provincial Youth Development Program Steering Committee, also suggests that in the coming time, the youth unions at all levels should be more active, focusing on organizing activities to accompany youth startups, and further promoting the role of youth in the drug prevention and the prevention and control of COVID-19 pandemic. On this occasion, the Provincial People's Committee awarded certificates of merit to 23 collectives and about 17 individuals. The Provincial Youth Union also commended for 18 collectives and 19 individuals with excellent achievements in implementing the Youth Month, as well as for their contributions to the Youth Union and youth movement activities in 2021.
Recently, Mr. Trần Anh Minh, chairman of Ben Cau People's Committee, came to work into border communes of Phước Bình and Phước Chỉ and the border guard station on the prevention and control of COVID-19 pandemic. From March 2020 to the end of the first quarter of 2021, the forces discovered and arrested 21 cases, with 45 people entering and exiting the border illegally. Chairman of the Cau People's Committee highly appreciated epidemic prevention in communes and border checkpoints and requested them to continue to be proactive in epidemic prevention and control with the highest sense of responsibility. The communes of Phước Bình and Phước Chỉ should urgently plan and prepare quarantine areas and health workers to be ready to respond when citizens come from Cambodia.
And ladies and gentlemen, the Vietnam Chamber of Commerce and Industry (VCCI) and the United States Agency for the International Development on April the 15th announced the 2020 Provincial Competitiveness Index (PCI) rankings. The Ninh ranks 24 with a score of 64.16. Meanwhile, Quảng Ninh, Long An, and Bình Dương secures the top 3 places. And according to the 2020 PCI report, some provinces made special efforts in 2020 when the provincial governments focused on business support to overcome the difficulties and challenges caused by the COVID-19 pandemic.
Restructure repayments, assess of loans, seek new export markets and partners, and develop their brands. Especially with the PCI score of 75.09 in 2020, Quảng Ninh took the lead in PCI rankings for 2020. And with a score of 72.8, Trong Tháp is the second in the 2020 PCI rankings, followed by Long An with 70.37 and Bình Dương with 70.16, making the 4 consecutive years of Northern Province has been on the top. Introduced in 2025, the PCI is designed to assess the ease of doing business, the efficacies of economic governance, and administrative reform efforts by provincial governments in Vietnam in terms of private sector development.
On April 15, 2021, the interdisciplinary inspection team, led by Mr. Trần Văn Sĩ, Deputy Director of the Department of Health, inspected the food hygiene and safety in the area of Ben Cau district. The delegation checked the collective kitchen of Vietnam Mobile Transport Company, which was in charge of the branch of Sông Hồng Tân Ben Cau Limited Liability Company. Currently, the kitchen serves 4 meals for more than 13,000 workers per day. Through inspection, the kitchen of Vietnam Mobile Transport Company has completed all legal documents. Staff are equipped with proactive equipment. The kitchen is arranged on the principle of one way, with invoice and contracts for the supply of food ingredients. The delegation also suggested that the company should continue to maintain sanitary conditions and equipment during the processing, ensuring the health of workers to feel secure in production. The Action Month for Food Safety in 2021 will be held from April 15 to May 15, 2021.
And according to the Agro Processing and Market Development authorities under the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, Vietnam fruit and vegetable exports reached an estimated of $300 million in March, bringing the total value in the first 3 months of the year to $810 million, increased to 13% compared to a year ago.
China was the biggest export market for Vietnam fruits and vegetables with about $182.9 million, accounting for 59% of the market share, followed by Thailand with about $16.2 million, with 5.2%, then the US with about $13.2 million, and Japan with about $10.5 million. The Agro Processing and Market Development Authority said that as the COVID-19 pandemic clinches, processed products will have increased export value for fruits and vegetables. Vietnam has also boosted export fruits and vegetables to many potential markets since the beginning of the year, such as Egypt, Kuwait, the Ukraine, and Senegal, raising for hopes in increasing the export value in 2021 and beyond.
And ladies and gentlemen, Vietnam Mobile Joint Stock Company is an enterprise with 100% Korean investment capital. The company specializes in manufacturing Nike sports shoes. On average, the company produces about 47,000 pairs of shoes per day. And since the inception, Vietnam Mobile Joint Stock Company has continuously promoted emulation movements, especially in the field of production and business.
The company has always had preferential policies for workers. The difficulty workers raise to the company. The company's policy is always favorable in all aspects of the workers, and the 13-month salary that gives Mid-Autumn Festival gifts are available. Currently, the number of our company's workers is about 13,500 people. The company fully participates in social insurance, health insurance, and employment insurance also. In the past of 2020, due to the influence of the COVID-19 pandemic, it will also affect the company's order, but the company didn't make layoffs. Every month, the company organizes conversation with workers to understand their thoughts and aspirations and promptly remove difficulties so that the workers are more attracted to the company. Over the past year, the unions of Vietnam Mobile Joint Stock Company have launched many emulation movements, such as actively working to create improved working processes, improve production quality and efficiencies of the company. In particular, with the creative labor emulation movements, the groups and workers in the company have had many technical innovations, benefiting the company with hundreds of millions of Vietnam dong, contributing to improving the productivity, product quality also. Vietnam Mobile Joint Stock Company has always had a good growth in export turnover. Particularly in the period of 2016 to 2020, the company export turnovers has left impressive numbers, in which 2020 reached about $186 million and $184 million in 2017 and 215 in 2018, and for 2019 is about $227 million. And for 2020, with the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, but the company also reached about $191 million in 2020. Since then, the state budget payment of the company has steadily increased year by year, particularly in 2020 due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. The production situation still slowed down, but not significantly. In 2020, the state budget payment for Vietnam Mobile Joint Stock Company will reach approximately about 90 billion Vietnam dong, an increase of 2.5 times compared to 2016 and 22% higher than 2019. Through assessment of the above criteria, it can be seen that the production and business situation of the company has been relatively stable in recent years, creating a stable source for income of the local budget, creating jobs for thousands of workers also. The Management Board of the Economic Zones assessed that Vietnam Mobile Joint Stock Company is a typical FDI enterprise in the emulation movement Vietnam Enterprises of Integration and Development by 2020. With the advantage of a skilled workforce, a professional and creative management team on leaders and workers of Vietnam Mobile Joint Stock Company are determined to build more and more units, stable, developing, deserving to be leading unit in the footwear and footwear manufacturing, as well as exporting industry of the Ninh province.
And that's all for TTV News today. Thank you for joining us and see you more next time.